Remember, Bobby, I never did actually retire. I just stepped away. You always kept that window open, or the door open to possibly come back, but did I ever think it would happen? No. I guess I was wrong.
Hey Mark, how long has it been since you sat in the staging lanes for a sportsman class?
Like 1981. Long time. How about the final in Super Gas? My last sportsman race here. I think Factory Stock Showdown is, well, for me and for NHRA and for just overall drag racing. You know, I'm not really in tune to the Pro Stock thing anymore. I really don't. I just wore my welcome out, maybe, I want to say. It was time for a change. And I really didn't think I'd ever want to come back racing again, but I never actually retired. And when Don Schumacher started talking to me about this Factory Stock program, you know, it kind of got my attention a little bit. My son, Kyle, was like 9 years old when I quit racing, and he might not even been that old. And he really misses the racing part. Between my son and Don Schumacher, he talked me into coming back, and my daughter's loving it now, and it's just been great. We got a family back together at the drag races, and it's a lot different than the last time around. Obviously, being at the professional ranks compared to the sportsman ranks is totally different. I thought this could be a good fit for me. You know, I started my career in the 70s in Mopars, and I just think it's a great class. I think it's an up-and-coming class, and what's really great about it is, number one, these cars are very fast. I mean, if you look at, they weigh 1,200 pounds more than a Pro Stock car, and they probably make as much horsepower as my Pro Stock car did when I quit racing back in '06. But we have all three manufacturers involved. With having, you know, the drag packs from Dodge, Mopar, and then you have the Copo Camaros and the Cobra Jets from Ford. I think hopefully it's the future of our sport, and the direction with the manufacturers getting back involved at such a high level. I think it's awesome, and it's going to be great for the fan also, because they can relate to this car. There's a total different stress level. I've been qualifying running good, so my stress level is pretty low right now. Back in the Pro Stock days, when you have sponsors that you're catering to and you have to run well, you know, I was getting pretty burned out at the end, because you want to do well for the people that are supporting you. And we had a couple tough years towards the end of my career. I really wanted to finish my career on a high and finish in the top 10 when I raced Pro Stock. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. But maybe I've got a chance here. You know, we did get a late start this year. We missed the first two races, and then we had a problem with our engine in Bristol. So really, Norwalk was the first race that we went out and ran pretty good. But if I decide to do it again next year, you know, maybe it's an opportunity for me to get some back of where I wanted to be when I was racing in my Pro Stock days. So, but the stress level, to answer the question, I'm having fun right now. How's that? I got to the point in my end of my Pro Stock career, I really wasn't having fun.
Leah Pritchett, obviously a professional drag racer, going to square off against a man who for many years raced professionally in the Pro Stock ranks, and who has certainly picked the knack up a lot quicker, or I should say very quickly, like he never left the seat. The Cowboy versus El Bandito. Pick your side, pick your poison, and pick your Hemi, because one of these is going to the winner's circle. In goes Mark Pawuk, and in goes Leah Pritchett. This ain't a match race. This is for the final round victory here at the Chevrolet Performance U.S. Nationals. Mark Pawuk trying to lean on Leah's car. Pawuk a little smoke at the end, and Leah Pritchett collects the Samtech Factory Stock Showdown.
You know, through all those years, the desire was there, and I finally made the commitment. And I did race professionally for 20 years. You know, probably 15 of them were pretty good years. I struggled a little bit at the beginning and some at the end, but overall, I guess you could say I had a decent career. My fan base is just amazing. I mean, the amount of people that have come up to me since I came back or have sent me notes and stuff really makes you feel good, because usually the day you walk away is the day people forget who you are. And I've had a lot of fan support, which is just awesome, including people coming out here bringing me old handouts to sign. So it's really nice to be back. You know, the sport's always been about the friendship for me and building relationships with people, and I'm glad I'm able to be back out here in front of my fans again.
Did you ever forget who you were?
Never. That's one rule I always had. I never forgot who I was. You know, I always remember how I got to where I was, and I have a saying. You know, when you're at the top, there's only one way to go, and that's down. And you don't want to knock those rungs out on that ladder, because when you do on your way up, it's a long fall back down. There's nobody there to help you. And I've always wanted to treat people the way I'd like to be treated in return. I always played by the rules. You know, if there was something that was questionable, I would never do it, because I wanted to have a career that people could respect me, and I didn't want to be called a cheater, or I didn't want to be called something other than a true professional that tried to do the best he could with the abilities he had and the equipment that he had. And to this day, I think that's paid off big for myself and my name.